Hi, my name is Jennifer Beals, and I would like to share with you a bit of my experience with the stress echocardiogram. As a way of context, when I was 10, my father died of a stroke, and I was certainly too young really to know what that meant. Or someone explained to me that he had died because there wasn't enough blood going to his brain. And for a long time, I imagined there was something wrong inside his head. And as I got older, certainly I learned otherwise, but I really only learned half the story about heart disease. Since movies and pop culture always seem to refer to heart attacks as a man's disease, with the men, clutching their chests and then falling to the ground, I'd really never thought of heart disease in terms of something that affected women, and certainly no one ever talked about it. Around the time I turned 50, Dr. Ross, who's my OBGYN, knowing my family history, suggested that I have a stress echocardiogram just to have a baseline measure of how well my heart was functioning. So as a runner, I showed up to the cardiologist's office, in my compression pants and my super duper sports bra and my running shoes, since I knew that I would be running on a treadmill. But before the test, I had to take off my Nike shirt and my super duper race elite sports bra to have all these electrodes pasted to my body around my breasts, which were connected to these wires that protruded from a machine that was like, it was like the Kraken, like all of these tentacles coming out and attaching themselves to my body. The med tech had me lie down on the exam table, without my bra, with all the Kraken wires. And she tested my heart at rest. And then after that, she told me to hop on the treadmill. And I said, sure, let me just put my sports bra back on. And she said, oh, no, it's not compatible with this test. My heart, started racing already. And I said, run with no bra? I think it must be illegal in like 6 states to have a woman run with no bra. And she said, she was sorry, but that's just the way it is. Well, I flapjacked my way through the test, the stress part of the test, and everything checked out fine. But after I left, I was hit with the realization of how heart disease has been institutionalized for so long as being very much a man's disease, and how even the test itself seemed geared towards men. No one had even taken the time to imagine what it would be for a woman to perform the test topless, how it would not only affect her ability to run, but her state of mind and well-being in the process. And I thought of how many women have been sexually assaulted, of what if the med tech were a man? Would someone not go through the test because of past experience? And what would that mean if they weren't diagnosed? And if she was lucky, how did a woman even find her way to this test? And so many questions tumbled in my mind, one over the other. And I did some research and learned that heart disease is the number one killer of women, number one. And a little more research led me to find that more women die of heart disease than all cancers combined. Statistically speaking, even if you have breast cancer, you're still more likely to die of heart disease. That just was extraordinary to me. And it shocked me to think that I had gone so long without that information. So I invited Dr. Ross to work with me to improve the stress echocardiogram experience for women. And I asked her how I could be of service in getting the message out to women regarding heart disease. Dr. Ross introduced me to the American Heart Association to try to amplify their messaging. And we got to work imagining a new stress echocardiogram experience for women. As I approach the age my father was when he died, I've become more determined to get the message out to women, to pay attention to their bodies and to the information available to them regarding heart disease, to make healthy choices, to exercise, And as of this date, Dr. Ross and I have patented a device that not only makes the stress echocardiogram experience better for women, but we're hoping that it can improve the accuracy of the test. And if I can help prevent another woman from being a heart disease statistic, I'll feel like I've accomplished something worthwhile. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my experience. And I hope in the future you'll listen to more women as to their experiences. And hopefully we can make it better for all women. So thank you.